Connecting your ZebraZapps project to an LRS is really simple, and there are just a few steps you need to complete. The first one is to choose the View option for the LMS object under the Publish drop-down menu. Go to Publish, Show LMS Options, and here at the very top you get a message center just for LMS functionality. Step number 2 is to start putting in the credentials so that your project can access your LRS. Now you may need to go out to your LRS to get these, or you may have copied and pasted them earlier, but you need your endpoint, which is a URL. I will copy and paste this. We'll open up the properties on the LMS object, and under Tin Can, we'll paste that into the LRS endpoint. I'm going to go back out here to the LRS that I'm using, and I'm also going to copy in some credentials. Here I need to paste in a key for my username and for the password. Now these may be called different things depending on which LRS you're using. Step 3 and Step 4 are rather similar. We need to create a trigger inside of our project to initiate a new activity. So for our sample project here, I'm just going to create a button, and when I press that button, I'm going to tell the LRS that the activity has been initiated. So we'll just drag a wire from button pressed to the LMS object and attach that to initiate activity. Here in step number 4, I'm going to repeat the same process, creating a button, but this time the trigger is going to actually send the statement. So I'll go back to my toolbox, grab a button, and we'll place one on the screen. And again, we're going to connect button pressed to the in and send statement. I'm going to quickly save my project here, and then I'm going to press run, and we're going to test it out. So the first thing that I'll do is I will initiate the activity and then press the send statement, and this is going to send the default statement. Back on my LRS, here I can find that statement that I just sent. So here's the top one in my activity stream. And if I want, I can open it up and see the time and place that was sent and all the data that's there and available for me to mine later. So the last thing that I want to show you is how to create your own custom statements from inside ZebraZapps. You'll notice in the LMS object under Properties and Tin Can, there are lots of different statement ribbons that you'll find there that you can put in your own values, or you can wire to objects on the stage. In this case, I'm just going to work with 2 of them. The first one is I'm going to create an interface for custom verbs. So I'm going to place a text input object on the screen, and of course you can use text or a table or anything that you'd like to create this. I'm just going to set up my text input object here a little bit. And the second thing that I'm going to pass through to the LRS is whether or not success has been reached. And so for that, I'm just going to use a checkbox, and we'll just say true or false on success. So let's start with the input text object. I'm going to click and drag to create a property wire from the value of the input text, and I'm going to attach that to the statement verb ribbon under the Tin Can properties. And I'm also going to attach success. And here you can see with the checkbox, moving that back and forth, that's changing the value inside the LMS LRS object. So if we were to run this, again, initiate the activity, and at runtime, if we wanted to change and add our own verb, here I could say I could really enjoyed this, and I was successful. send the statement, now we can jump back over to our LRS and look at what activity was passed through. So we'll just refresh the page here and go down, and we can see that the last activity has a verb of really enjoyed, and that success was passed. Really simple.